but I don't know if I've actually been here actually. Let's take a quick look. Oh, no, we haven't been here. I'm being attacked. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, jeez. This was a bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. Makes for it being interesting, but that was a really, really bad idea. Alright, I don't know what got hit, but I think my daily driver took a quick toll. I think my newfound truck took the blunt of the damage, so... Interesting. Let's just bring this thing down a little bit. That thing is smoky. Alright, we're gonna drop that thing right there. And I'm gonna just put myself... Ooh. Ooh, another mine. Ooh, that's great. Ow. Alright, I think our ship is fine. Yeah, I think our ship didn't take any of the hits. This thing took a lot of damage, which isn't great because it's gonna be a lot of parts to. Ooh, that's a lot of damage down here. I think wheels took damage. A lot of my single blocks took damage, so that's good that I added the single blocks here. A lot of the single blocks, a lot of steel plates or light armor blocks took damage. It looks like we are good with... Yeah, we're decent over there. This is no longer green, so something's broken. Right there. Alright, so this shouldn't be green anymore. I mean, yellow. It should be green. Why is it not green is the interesting piece. Right there. Okay. Alright, so that's not that bad. It took a little bit of damage, as you see. A good chunk of stuff came off of the bottom, I think. Lucky I decided to put some armor in the bottom, which is perfect. And I guess I used my ship here as... or I used the Rover as kind of the cannon fodder, if anything. Which was... Ooh. What is going on there? Oh, I think it's because I put on park. Oh, I lost some wheels. Okay. A significant amount of wheels. Should we just bring this thing back? Or... Let me just target what we can target of this base here. I think it was minimal weapons, so... We should be okay. Where is this thing? This thing is a bit underneath the ground a bit, so it's a little hard to see. Alright, we got big turrets and small turrets. So I think that's a small turret, right? I can't even see what that is. Or actually, you know what? I know what that is. Can you guess what that is? I think that's one of my wheels. Alright. Where is this? Alright, so we have a turret there and a big turret there. I think that's the only turrets. This one, I'm gonna fly a little close to it, but not too close. Right there, and I'm gonna use my rocket as intended. So I'm gonna shoot my right one. Hopefully that hits. Boom. Can't really tell if that hit, but I don't think I did actually. Use my left one right there. Let's hope that hits. Alright, that was a direct hit for sure. Nice, it's on fire. So much better than using a real gun in that case. But for this one, I'm okay with using a real gun, so I'm gonna shoot that in 3, 2. Let me get the aim right. 1. And they take that one down. Perfect. All right, I think that should be it. That's ore. um, yeah, I hope that was all the turrets. I don't see anything else. Oh, there's one right there. Did not see that. That's not good. Ooh, I'm trying to fire at this thing while I'm flying, which is not a good thing to do. But I think that's going to take that out. All right, there we go. Oof. Took some damage there. And panic flying a little bit, which is not great. Ouch, 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 ouch. We have flaming hydrogen thrusters here. All right, we're going to have to fly this thing back just a bit and get our rover wherever it is. I think it's right over there that has lights. Ooh, that's a lot of bullets that took out my hydrogen thrust over there. It's on fire. I'm not sure if that's going to lose hydrogen. It might not. I don't think it will. But we need metal grids to fix that. So hopefully this camp has the materials for that. Alright, so I'm going to carry this thing over ever so slightly. I can't believe I missed that turret. So, oh well. It is what it is. I'm going to grab this thing here. Fly close to the base. And kind of grind it down and head back home. Alright, well, I'm gonna let that fry a little bit. Get a little bit toasty. I think we're gonna be fine with running with a little bit lacking of wheels right now. I think it should be okay. I hope so, at least. It still runs pretty decently. It's a little bit smoky, so it's a little hard to see what I'm doing at the moment. But all we're doing really is grinding down a base, so should be okay. And hopefully it grabs everything it can from like the lockers and stuff, which should be in there. Let's take a look at our loot. Yeah, I did grab the locker, so you see here iron, ice, all the goodies here. So that's perfect. And we gotta be careful of how fast we're getting into here. When I'm breaking, pop another grinder. And I do wish I could see a little bit better. It's really, really bad in terms of the weather. I can't even see anything from here as well, but I think I could get the camera that's non-existing anymore working. I should add that camera back. I broke the grinder that had the camera on it. That's what happened. Great. All right, back with we barely made it back actually, and we're about to hit the ground pretty hard. I was about to say that was interesting. A little bit of a bungee action right over there, but luckily not too significant damage over there. But yeah, we are over packed with all of stuff, so we're gonna have to drop this thing right over here. Hopefully parking is on. It looks like it is. Okay, and we're gonna maneuver this thing around to unload and also fix it up a bit, because yeah, we took a significant amount of damage not knowing that the live turret's over there. Which again makes things more interesting than, you know, just staying afar and fighting those things. I really should just make drones that attack the turrets, because we could force it to fight weapons only. So that is something I should really look into. Although I feel like that is going to cause a lot of damage as well, meaning I'm going to have to repair them or constantly, yeah, would have to constantly repair them or create new ones in terms of like a ship printing kind of situation. But yeah, our hydrogen thruster took significant damage right over there, and not sure why it's on now. We'll turn that off. But everything else should be fine. We took some damage, it looks like, on the thruster, not thrusters, the hydrogen tanks itself. Luckily, none of it blew up, because if it blows up, it's gonna make for a big boom. And that would not be fun. Alright, so that's not too bad in terms of what we got from all this. We do need to grab the Rover over there, because that has mats also, but we could do that a little bit later down the line if we have to. Or we could create a new kind of point to grab stuff using some pistons and things like that. So yeah, we have a significant amount of stuff in here actually. I can't grab the tofu. Why is that? Is it in the fighter cockpit? In the cockpit itself? No. Oh, I'm full, right? No? What's going on? It's because it's off? I think I ran out of batteries, actually. Yeah, we ran out of batteries. So it's not on park. It's literally just powerless right now. So that's interesting. Alright, so before we go and jump on to the next mission or next day, we want to test something out. I always wanted to test out, because as we can tell, with all that grinding, it took forever with our rover over there. So I kind of want to play around with this thing called the tiered ship tool. Now you can add some upgrades to grinders, welders, to increase the speed of the grinding and everything like that. So don't know too much about it. I just added to my mod list here, and it looks like it has, oh, it actually creates new drills right here, and you have to base tier welders and grinders. So that's interesting. So you don't just attach it to the current existing ones. I think you need to use one of the pre-existing one, or newly built ones. Is that what it is? It looks like that is the case, as I'm pretty sure the regular grinder and welder is not going to have all that stuff on there. Yeah, it looks completely different. Okay, so so then next question is, how much does these things cost? So here's the cores. You got an octa-core and a xenu core. And of course, it takes uranium, platinum, gold, silver. So it's really expensive. But I mean, that should work out pretty okay. The only problem right now that I have is, how am I gonna get this ship, not ship, rover, back up and running. It is currently out of batteries, or will be out of batteries fairly shortly. Oh, looks like I have a thruster in the back not working. So we should take care of that sooner or later. I mean, this thing could potentially just leech off of this ship for now, which wouldn't be a terrible idea to just leave it hovering to leech, because it does have the ship has uranium, so we should be okay there. Maybe we do that. Maybe we just let it hover also slightly with power, and just let it suck out some power just to recharge, just for now. At least one battery could be recharged, I think, and that would be pretty decent. So let's just get our battery. It's gonna be these two batteries. I'm just gonna do a quick recharge, and hopefully that'll be okay. So if you want to switch these out, we have to use the tiered ones in order to get the updates or upgrades. I wonder how that kind of works. So let's just take out this block right here for now. And does it cost the same amount? I think so. And I think the core goes onto that piece right there. Oh, wow. They upgraded to so they have the ports on the side and the back. So that's a lot better than the original one, which is only a port in the back. So, I guess we got to leave it this way so we can add the core onto it. And it looks like it uses a large steel tube versus a small steel tube. So plug that in. So that's the tier grinder. That's the base tier grinder. So we do need to make like make it upgraded to tier like 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, you need tier 1 is 1.5 speed, tier 2 is 2, tier 3 is 2.5, and tier 4 is 4 speed, times 4 speed. So the different chips we gotta make is not this specifically. These are just the cores. Okay, so to do the tiers, it's actually a buildable item, and actually adds more color than the rest of the stuff that I have here. So you have the tier 1, 2, 3, 4 chips right here. Yeah, okay, you just build it on top of the grinder itself, like so. And this one requires an octa-core if it's tier 1. Tier 2 has 2 octa-cores. All the way up to 4 Xenu cores. And that is how it's going to speed it up. So it is quite expensive, especially to make the Xenu core. Okay, so that's going to be interesting to have something like that. But I wanted to try something a little bit different. This thing worked out okay, but of course, it can be better. Most of my builds could always be better. But it could definitely be a little bit better. I'm thinking of making it more tank-like than anything else. So instead of having two-sided with the rotors, we're going to make it kind of one-sided with the rotor. And kind of do it that way instead. And that way we wouldn't have to use too many grinders like we have here, which we had 5 grinders, which is a decent amount, but not all of it was being used also. So that's another piece of the problem. Of course, there's some damage that happened over here from the attack that happened. So we could always fix that up. And we can use a little bit more wheels down here as well. But we should be able to do that a little bit after. Okay, so let's just plan this out a little bit. So if we wanted to do more of a tank-like build where we can rotate around, do we have a large port here? I don't think we do, actually. So it would have been nice to have the large port here. I'm going to have to get rid of some stuff right this moment just to make this update work. All right, so the large port needs to be here, and I think might have to reduce a battery here as well. So that's not going to be a good thing, but should be okay. So there's nothing in here. We're going to get rid of this one really quick. And just to kind of flip it around a little bit as well. Yeah, so a large cargo container, I think I'm going to flip around kind of like this. I think that should work. Or we could put the small ports towards this side and the bottom. Actually, yeah, let's do it that way just in case. Try to keep the large ports available as much as possible. Okay, so with that done, we have to get rid of this battery, unfortunately. We're gonna have to find a better placement for it. And let's see here. We could put small batteries right over there if we need to. I kind of want to do that just to maximize on batteries. Okay, so we got batteries here, and we could do a conveyor junction right over here. I do wish the conveyor junctions didn't have these small ports. I just want one without it. It would be nice to just have one like that. All right, we put this conveyor junction right here. And there shouldn't be any small ports connecting, so we should be okay. Actually, looks like we need a small port connecting that way only because of the that's not good. It's connected to our cockpit. But then again, there's no reason for it to really connect to cockpit anyway, so let's say who cares at this point. Okay, we're gonna plug this in here. So we have the extra batteries. We could put more batteries in here since we're not connecting our cockpit anymore. And it's really unnecessary to connect the cockpit anyway, so I think we should just get rid of it. And we should really put in some batteries, or at least the small ones. This way we can put more of them in here instead of putting two large ones. All right, there we go. So that's all set. We could leave it open like that for now, which should be okay. Here is where we're going to put the advanced rotor on top. And of course, we're going to need a large one like this one. And that is what we're going to use to control our azimuth, our left and right rotation, basically. Okay, so adding this is going to be a problem also, only because we need to find a new spacing for that connector. Because once I put the drill arm up here, it's going to be a little tough in terms of the rotation and everything like that. So it is a bit of a problem by adding that part of it. But I did want to redesign it a little bit because it just becomes more functional and better looking. All right, so let's see what we can do here. We could definitely move the connector way back here if we have to. So it's not a big deal. But here is where we're going to put all the connections for our grinder, basically. So we have our left and right rotation. So then we're going to need a hinge to do our up and down movements. Well, to say up and down rotation. Not much of a rotation that way. But yeah. So we're going to do it this way. Actually, no, that's not going to work. So we need a conveyor junction or some kind of piping like so to make this work a little bit better. And the reason why I say that is because, oh, that's just crazy looking, to be honest. That just makes it super tall, but not much we can do about it. So let's just do this. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. And then we could even add one more forward if we want to. Then add our hinge. And the reason why I put it so far out is that we can go up and down back here instead of over there. So we can rotate and then go up and down. I think that should be fine where it is. And with the new base grinder, the tiered grinder, which is nice, it has all the ports we need on the side. So we don't have to extend it out too forward if we don't want to. Although we could still put in piston or maybe extend this out by one more. I feel like if we extend out by one more, it'd be a little bit better so that... Actually, no. Would it be better? Because if we tilt it down, it still won't touch the floor. So, okay. So we do kind of have to extend it out a little bit more too. I feel like we should do a piston, but maybe not. I think we could just do one more extension out here. Like so, and then put in the base grinder and we should be good. I want to hope. And I'm just gonna do 3 base grinders and not like 5. I don't think we need 5, especially when we can add a mod, not a mod, but kind of like a mod, but add in the tiered pieces to it. So we should be okay that way. Okay, so honestly, it would have been better if I changed it up a little bit and put a conveyor junction here. So then that way, at least we could connect this piece like so. Which would have looked a little bit better, to be honest. Completely unnecessary, but it definitely would look a little bit better. I don't know how I'm gonna connect this without dropping it. So that's gonna be an interesting piece. Okay, I'm hoping we could do this by disconnecting it from the hinge part itself, and hopefully it don't drop. Let's see. Okay, that dropped a little bit. It still might be okay. But we want to add this conveyor junction here. And we want to add, not the small part, but the large part. Well, 3x3 part. And then we'll tell the hinge to attach. That worked. Surprisingly, worked out pretty well for me. Without anything kind of blowing up. All right, so that looks good. So here is where we can do a custom turret controller. We'll do azimuth as the advanced rotor. Elevation is the hinge. The speed, we do, it's probably going to be -5 the way I just did that, but it's fine. There's 3 grinders and we should be good to go. Okay, so more kind of like tank-like in a way, but not really. But if we controlled it this way, and I can't really see much, it looks like I do need a camera, unfortunately. So camera, actually, I'm going to put it up. That's going to be upside down. So that's not going to be fun. Okay, we'll just leave it up here. Or, yeah. It would be nice to have it down here. But I guess we can't use this camera. Maybe use the original camera. And kind of place it right over there. Okay. So that it's looking fairly ugly, but it should be okay. I think I can add my wheels back here again, so I'm gonna probably do that. All right, so I added the wheels back. I need to add some more broken pieces back together. Okay, and I'm gonna add these wheels back, which we took out initially because of the sizing of the grinder piece that I had there. But this time it should work a little bit better. If anything, if we need to extend it more, we'll probably add a piston instead of this conveyor junction here, which could work out a little bit better potentially. Or we put it right over here instead. So one of those options. Okay, so we do need a custom turret to use a camera, so we're gonna use this camera right here. All right, so that's a little bit better. Okay, so our up and down is opposite from what we want it to be. So let's just do, okay, so we did fix that to 5. Okay, perfect. So here you can see we can go up and down pretty easily, left and right, and we can still drive, I believe. Can we? Okay, we're on drive. Yep, perfect. So we could drive and we can move this piece. I can't see where my cockpit is at this view, but at least it's not too bad. And the furthest down we can go is right there. Is that enough for it to hit the bottom? No, it's not. Okay, so it might be more beneficial to add a piston instead. So let's get rid of this again and get this set up correctly. So all that work salvaging what I had before, gone. But sure. Okay. So we can add a piston. Ooh, we can only add small pistons. That's a problem. Yikes. Completely forgot about that. All right, so that's definitely not going to work out. So we're just going to add additional pipings here instead. So 1 and 2. And then we'll add our 3x3 hinge. And we potentially need it to be a little bit longer, I think. But maybe not. So we'll just do this. At that base right there. And we'll test it out first this time. Oh wow, so it's a bit on the long side now, so not the best looking thing, but camera, that's fine. Okay, we'll bring this thing down, and the furthest down it can go without breaking anything. Ooh, right in front of my view, which I think that's close enough. That may work. I would hope that does. So we can add these 3 right here, or 2. And honestly, if I really want to see better, I can get rid of this one and just keep the rest over here. That is an option, or the 2 over there. That should be an option, that could be an option, which I might actually go for, because it's kind of sounding great right now. But well, let's add this here and this here. And there we go. So that's the lowest it's going to go. And it should be able to grab what's on the ground. And like I said before, if I really want to see a little bit better, maybe we stick with 2. And then that way we could put the camera right over here instead, which could make sense. Why am I unable to put a camera here? That's kind of interesting. Or any parts. I can't put it in the middle. Strange. Oh. That just went limp. Guess it ran out of power. Yeah, that's strange. I can't put it right in the middle. We'll just do this. We can just cover this whole entire thing with blocks. For now. Plug in a camera right there and right in the middle. It doesn't have to be in the middle, but that would be great to have it there. And then we can set up this camera right there. And then when we control it, we should be able to see. We should be able to see where we are at. So let's go get this thing powered on. Control it. There we go. Got a nice camera view right there. And of course we can zoom in if we need to. We can extend it a little bit further. We have to. But at least this looks good. Hopefully this doesn't break anything. So there we go. That's not really a tank-like thing, but more of an arm-like thing, I should say. I think that works a little bit better than what we had previously. I don't know if we could just place this back here and make it fit. Nope. It looks like we're caught there. Ah, shoot. If it wasn't as long that we needed to get down, if it was up to right around, actually no, if it's up to right around here, we could put could place it there with the connector. But I think we need to remove this connector anyways. So we can always do that. I wish we could control it and see a little better, but we can't. But it would be nice to just kind of leave it like that. as it's resting. But it's going to be a little rough to do it that way if we want to actually travel with this thing. Except we could just use landing gears instead of an actual connector to move this thing around. But yeah. But I think that's going to be kind of the redesign of this truck, to have this kind of grinder instead of controlling it with just the wheels. So I do wish the view was a little bit better. Yeah, but that's fine. This is the best we can do like this. And there we go. So if we are traveling around to take down a base, we can easily do that. And it looks like, okay, that definitely worked out. Touching the floor. Now the next step is, that actually doesn't look too bad. And like I said, I can actually kind of bring it up like this and still see a bit. Well, not really. I should have just kept the third one, if anything. But I like this design. It looks a little bit better, more functional. And the only thing about getting this to be carried is what we need to kind of fix. So the connector on this thing is pretty far back. And if we put it all the way here, it's still not going to be enough, I think. For it to be connected. I think. Could be wrong. So if you want to put a connector back here, unfortunately, we do need to put a conveyor junction or the C-tubes like this, which probably ain't the best. I'm inclined to do... Ugh, that looks terrible. Yeah, that definitely looks terrible. We have to fix it up somehow to make it look a little bit better. But we could do this for now and throw in a connector up top. I think that might work okay. And then we'll bring this ship to carry it. But if we can't carry it this way, obviously we can carry it. Ooh, we can carry it a different way, and that's landing gears. I think that should work out okay. But where are we when we're talking about the connector? Okay, we are about 2 large blocks off. Right there. Unless we bring it a little bit higher. And if we bring it a little bit higher, it looks like we need to do one big old block to bring it higher. So it's gonna look like that, which is gonna make it really. Actually, no. Yeah, it needs to be about that height. Okay, so it's not gonna be the best looking thing right this moment. We have to redesign it a little bit more if we want it to look a little better. I think this will do. Yeah, this will definitely do. It's high enough, so we gotta redesign it a little bit, if anything, so that it doesn't look this crazy. But there you go. That fits the arm right there. But now I'm kind of curious, maybe if we could rest the arms appropriately. So we back it up this way into the connector. All right, the connector's there. But if we lift this up, would it fit? Ooh, is it gonna fit? No. Okay, never mind. It almost does. Oh, okay, I see where it went wrong. Right over here. Again, if it's a little bit shorter, then yes, it would fit squared with it. I mean, if we could bring it back even more, the connector piece, that would be able to do it, but I think we're just gonna keep this out in the front if we want to put it on a resting side. So we just do this. Let's leave it as that. And we gotta redesign this out a little bit more, so it looks a little better. But I think for now we would want to bring it this way, or like I said before, we could just do a landing gear connection instead. So that's not a bad idea. The other option is to make it a little bit longer with another large cargo container, because that definitely would work out. But of course, what would even work even better is that I had a cockpit connected to this thing. So when I could drive it and swing the arm out as much as possible. Wait, does that even work? Can we even put anything? Hold on. Okay, so the way we built this doesn't have a space where we could put a cockpit or a helm or something like that. Actually, right there. Can I put a actually working helm right over here? That's definitely gonna be a little bit weird, but let's see what happens. I'm in the helm. I can do control, and I could control it from here. Okay, so what if at this point we get rid of the camera? Then I am actually on the helm maneuvering this. Okay, so that could work. But we can't drive it, right? Alright, let's get... Okay, yeah, I can't drive it on that helm versus this cockpit, I think. Alright, let's release the parking brakes first and see if that works. So if I got on this helm, yeah, it's a subgrid. So I can't drive it. Okay, so never mind. This is not going to be feasible. So we're going to have to leave it as this and put the camera back on. So this way, when we get into grinders, we can still drive it this way if we need to move around. Okay, I think this is going to work out pretty good. And now we also have the tiers, so once we feel like we're not too cheap anymore, we're going to add in the chips. And once again, we just got to add in chips like this. So we could go straight to tier 4. We probably don't have the parts for it, but we could do that if we wanted to. And we'll design the rear a little bit better. By chance, I likely will probably just add more large cargo containers because it's going to look better that way. So then we could retrofit the connector a little bit better. And if anything, I'll bring it back 2 more. I might do 2 more large cargo containers, if anything. And then I could fit the grinder thing on there as well. But actually, yeah, let me try that really quick. What we are gonna need a lot more wheels for this, if that's the case. And the other piece of the puzzle is that, will this thing even be able to carry that much weight? I highly doubt it. So I guess we just gotta test it out and see. So we can do 2 more here. Right, so we extended it out 2 more large cargo containers. I think at this point now we can put this thing all the way in the back and actually sit it right here, like that. And we may be able to connect this thing right into it without any issues too. Ooh, nope. It needs to be 1 more taller if we want to do it this way. Or we could just kind of do it really, really tight. Like so. And just bring it up that way. Which is probably not a good idea. But we are gonna kind of leave it as that for now. But I would think if I were to fill up the whole entire cargo container, all 4 of them, my ship is not even going to be able to lift it up anyway. So it's a bit of a problem regardless. But yeah, I could bring it up by 1 block or so, just to make it fit a little bit better. I mean, all we need to do really is add in 1 or 2 of those accordion style things here. So it could be like this. I think 2. 1 or 2. Let's see. 1 would be there. And then we put the connector. Actually, that works out pretty well. 1's enough. And it will design around it so that it looks a little bit better. As you see here, perfect fit. And we could bring it and travel like this instead. So that kind of works out pretty well. But then we can add, so we could grind down a base. All right, so I think we're going to test out next time. But right now, I'm going to quickly add in some of these yellow bar thingies that I normally do here. So it can look a little bit better. All right, so there you go. That is the final build of this crazy cargo truck. It's a bit too long than what I expected it to be, and it's probably not even gonna be practical in terms of how heavy it is going to be if I do grind down a couple of bases. So it is what it is. We'll leave it as so, but this thing locks in pretty well right there, and it makes it look a little bit better that way at least. And then we could grab our daily driver, attach it to the top, and good to go. I think I'm gonna call it from there. We'll test it out soon enough to see how well it works. So of course, stay tuned. And if you did enjoy this episode, please like and subscribe, drop a comment down below. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.